So, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most common questions that I get is, can you start an SMA from anywhere in the world? Honestly, I think it's a totally valid question, but most limiting beliefs out there and most things that are holding people back from starting an agency, in fact, most things that hold people back from starting an agency are usually the same things that hold them back from starting any sort of business in general. But look, when you break it down a little further, it actually gets pretty easy to figure out. Now, in order to start a social media marketing agency from anywhere in the world, you basically have to explore two questions or 2 points. And number one is, can you sign clients from anywhere in the world? Now, it probably would have been uploaded before this video, but I actually did a video outlining offline versus online meetings. I'm gonna leave that video somewhere up here. Now, quick summary of that video, I talk about the pros and cons of offline meetings, in-person meetings, and the pros and cons of online meetings, doing calls. I personally do them on Zoom. I think that's pretty much where 90% of people do them. I know some people have done them on Skype. For me, Zoom is just my video conferencing tool of choice. But look, long story short, both have their merits, but I kind of came to a conclusion that for me, there's certain things that make my agency so successful and had given me the ability to scale. And one of those is being able to sign clients from anywhere in the world. And to make that happen, very simple, I just take all of my discovery meetings via Zoom. In fact, even the clients that I've signed in London, I've still done a Zoom video conference for. And I'm pretty firm and adamant on that as well. In fact, I'll pop a screenshot somewhere here of a potential client that I knew through my network and stuff like that, who, had just moved literally 4 or 5 streets down the road. Hey, can we meet in person? And I tell them, I'm like, no, Zoom is way more efficient, way more time effective, and just in general, a better experience. So for me at this stage, it is such a benefit being able to sign clients from anywhere in the world using a tool like Zoom. And apart from the fact that, obviously you can sign clients from anywhere in the world, I think it's such an advantage to your agency because, rather than having the scope of just your town or your city or whatever, and being kind of restricted based on your geography, when you can sign clients anywhere in the world, it makes sticking to one niche so easy because literally there's an infinite amount of clients globally. And not only does it open up the entire world marketplace to you, in my opinion and from my experience, it's a lot easier and I've had much better success signing clients via Zoom, via an online conference. And not only that, it's way easier to do a 1 meeting close. That's just been my personal experience over the last 3-4 years where I used to only do offline and then now I only do online. And there you have it, whether you are in India, whether you're in Brazil, whether you are in America, whether you're in Russia, it doesn't matter. You can sign clients globally. And these days, there's nothing stopping you between boundaries and countries and continents. There's just so many of these common practices where 10, 20 years ago, it would be a must. For example, like if you're working with a service provider, they need to be meeting with you face to face. Even things like in the workplace, suits are becoming more and more obsolete. To be honest, we're even moving in the direction where for most jobs, you don't even need a degree anymore. My point is, in the general business marketplace, there's a lot of formalities that used to matter that don't anymore. And it's just such an exciting time to be alive because of it. Now, signing the client is one thing, delivering services for them is the other. So, can you deliver services for clients anywhere in the world? Well, that actually kind of depends. Technically, yes, but let's dive a little deeper. Now, you see with Google and Facebook ads, it doesn't discriminate. You open up the Google Ads Manager, you open up the Facebook Ads Manager, and you can do that from anywhere in the world. Right now I'm here in Cape Town and I have absolutely zero issue managing my client campaigns. Danny, who's the media buyer for my agency, he lives in Colombia. Once again, absolutely zero issues there. Last year, I took my team to Iceland for just a few days. Once again, no issues there. I actually popped somewhere on the screen the YouTube video, the vlog that I did with them out there, and actually showed a little bit more of the nitty gritty of managing client campaigns, etc., while we were out there as an agency. Same applies for if you're doing email marketing. You really can do it anywhere in the world. Same thing if you're doing social media management and growth. The one service that I believe it's quite important, or it's a kind of trickier not to be in the same country, is what I used to do when I first started my agency, which is I had a creative agency. I was doing photo, video work, and then also growing my clients' social platforms and distributing that content. Now, I remember in 2017, one of the first things I did once I started making kind of more serious money with my agency was I traveled a lot. And that was only possible by having these big shooting days with clients. And then obviously I could edit anywhere in the world. But my point is, I think the only service where you have have less location freedom than all the other agency services is if you're doing content for a client. Because, yes, you could also outsource it, which I tried in the past with my creative agency, but at the end of the day, most of the time you're gonna have to be delivering those services yourself. So as long as you're not doing content, you have no excuses. You can deliver the services from anywhere in the world, from Bali, from Cape Town, from the comfort of your own home, from Iceland, from Russia. Sky's really the limit, use your imagination. And for those two reasons, social media marketing really doesn't discriminate on where you're from, where you're based, or where you want to travel to. I think really that's one of the beautiful things about having an agency and having a boutique agency in the current market that we're in, which is, it's more than acceptable. In fact, it's becoming common practice to have your meetings where you're trying to sign potential clients over Zoom. And it's also very, very common for businesses to have service providers that they've never met face to face, that are situated halfway across the other side of the world. As I said, the global market, things are changing, and it's just so exciting for me to see. And I know it really does open up a lot of world of opportunities for SMA owners that in the past have been apprehensive because, maybe they live in a place like India, or they live in a place like Russia or Brazil, or, any countries where they feel a little bit limited to working with clients within that country. As I said, now they can open up their imagination and truly work with clients anywhere in the world. And not only that, but they have the location independence to travel anywhere while they're delivering those services as well. So I hope that made sense to you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, can you go ahead and smash the like button? We are trying to get to 300,000 subscribers this year. And at our current pace, we're not on track to hit 300,000, but it seems like the audience is just growing day by day by day. The support, the engagement, the love from you guys. So yeah, I just want to take a moment and thank you guys for that. Like, truly from the bottom of my heart, it means a lot to me. Quite frankly, these days, and it was very different back in 2015, 2016, 2017, where I literally documented my entire life, even when I had 7 subscribers and I was building my agency, and I dropped out of school and I was reading a book a week, and I was taking you guys literally on the weekend to my favorite used bookstore because I couldn't afford new books, Brixton Bookmongers in London. And I was sharing my life with literally no one, but for a lot of years, I really enjoyed that stuff. These days, to be honest, I like to just work on my businesses in peace, in quiet. So I love the response, the engagement from you guys. Definitely making videos is something that I have to remind myself to do, motivate myself to do, because I know that for some of you, it truly changes your lives. Whereas for some of you guys, I'm gonna be 100% real. It maybe makes your life 0.0001% better. And whether I stopped uploading or continue uploading, you probably wouldn't care. But here and there, you take away some golden nuggets. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what you wanna see next. And I'll see you guys in the next one.